Hello there, Aries. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot forecast for the week of July 20th through the 26th. I am using a different deck this week. This deck is called Nicoletta Ceccioli, or Ceccioli. I'm not quite sure on the pronunciation there. It's an Italian name. And so let's just jump in and see what these cards have to say for us this week. These are a very different look here. So the first thing, Aries, that we have coming up is we have the One of Discs. This would be the Ace of Discs, or the Ace of Pentacles, and it is in reverse. So with it being in reverse, what this is telling me is that on Monday, Aries, you will be giving a gift. You will be giving a gift to somebody. So let's look at what is a gift. A gift is something that someone does not earn or deserve. You simply give it out of the goodness of your own heart. So that's what's coming in Monday, you giving something out of the goodness of your own heart to somebody else. Excuse me. Now Tuesday, Aries, what you have showing up here is you have the Tower in reverse. And I like to kind of look at these cards. They're a little bit of a newer deck to me, and sometimes I get other meanings coming out of them than I normally would. Okay, so first of all, it looks like on Tuesday there's a lot of activity going on around you. It looks like there's a lot of different things that need to be taken care of. Feels to me like you have had a situation where something that you had kind of counted on and viewed as security has kind of fallen apart. And so basically what you're doing at this point on Tuesday is you're sort of putting things back in place to replace what was there. And so you're coming up with other options to replace that. Doesn't look like a bad thing. Looks like it is going to keep you kind of busy. Sort of a hectic day on Tuesday, kind of putting things back in place to bring in that security back into your life. I don't think you're bringing in the same security, but I do feel like you're bringing security back in to replace what was there that made you feel secure that's not there anymore. So Wednesday, what we have going on is we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups generally shows like a man and a woman that are attracted to each other. This looks more like twin sisters that are just holding on to each other almost for dear life. They look very serious. They're not about to let go of each other here. Don't come between them. So what am I seeing for Wednesday out of that Two of Cups? Seems to me like you're going to be coming to somebody's defense on Wednesday, Aries. And for those of you who aren't coming to somebody else's defense, I feel like someone else is going to be coming to your defense. So this is going to manifest in opposite ways for different ones of you, Aries. But definitely there's something going on with someone coming to someone else's defense. Either you're coming to someone else's or they're coming to yours. This feels like this mostly has to do with family, although some of it is going to have to do with work. So there's going to be some kind of situation, where somebody stands up for you or you stand up for somebody else, probably in family. I would say 60% I'm feeling like family, maybe 70%, and then the rest I'm seeing this as a work situation. There's a few friendships involved here, but mostly family or work. Now on Thursday, Aries, what do we have? Oh, okay, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So Ten of Wands in reverse. What is this meaning for you on Thursday? Okay, so on Thursday it seems to me that there is going to be, for some of you this is going to be a very literal manifestation. Some of you are going to be cleaning your houses on Thursday or tidying up your offices, but there has something to do with cleaning up your environment. So picking up the clutter, maybe dusting, maybe vacuuming. But literally, for many of you, this is going to be a very literal translation of cleaning up your environment. The other thing that comes up here I feel like you're going to be getting rid of some negative energy too on Thursday. That's going to be part of the cleanup, actually, is to get rid of that negative energy. So old things that have energy that is no longer functional for you anymore. Also, for some of you, this is going to be letting people go out of your life who are bringing only negative energy to you for a long time now. And so you're ready to say, you know what, this is not something that needs to be a part of my life, or someone that needs to be a part of my life. But for most of you, this is actually very much a literal cleanup. It's kind of like picking up in the kids' room where the toys are all falling. It's like, feels to me like things have been kind of scattered and kind of left helter-skelter for a while. For not all of you is this going to be a very physical, tangible thing. For some of you, this is an emotional thing. So for some of you on Thursday, what you're cleaning up actually has to do with some emotions that you have over some situations that have not been really tidied up or cleaned up or dealt with or healed yet. So I feel like you're going to be kind of dealing with some of those. So this may be a day when you do some journaling. This may be a day when you do some letter writing. You know, those kind of letters that you write and you think, I'll wait a couple days before I send this. And then maybe you will send it, maybe you won't, that type of thing. But definitely some cleanup going on. If not at a physical, tangible level, then definitely at an emotional level, doing some healing there. So that's your Thursday, Aries. Now, Friday, what do we have for you guys? We have the 8 of Discs in reverse. Now, right side up, this talks about learning a new skill. I'll show you. It's easier to process some of these the first time you see them if they're right side up. You can see she's training her little, I don't know if that's a worm or a centipede. I don't know. He's got wings and he's got 6 legs. I don't know what that makes this little guy. It looks like he's got a rabbit's face. I don't know. Anyway, she's training this little creature. And so normally this card does talk about learning a new skill, but it came in right side up. So it feels to me like you may actually be the one doing the training on Friday. So you may be training somebody at work to answer the phones, or maybe you're training somebody at work to fill in. Maybe you've got a temp that comes into work and you're just kind of showing them the ropes. Or maybe you are getting ready to move on, retire, find another job, and so you're training your replacement. But there's something about training going on Friday, and I feel like you, Aries, are the trainer. Very few instances will you be the trainee. There will be some like that where you're the trainee, but most of the time you're going to be the one doing the training on Friday. Now, let's see, 5 of Wands showing up for your Saturday. Okay, so Saturday, you have some people that are making some demands of you, some deadlines that need to be met, or they're expecting a certain amount of baked goods at a bake sale, or whatever. But anyway, there are people that have some demands on you for Saturday, and so I feel like you're going to be working as quickly as you can to meet those demands, and it's going to keep you hopping on Saturday. I do feel like once those demands are met, I feel like then you get to relax. But it feels like evening, 6 or 7 o'clock at night before you actually get to relax on Saturday. Up until then, it feels very go, 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 go to me for you, Aries. Now, what do we have here? We have the Star card in reverse. So what is this saying for you? Okay, so this is Sunday. Okay, so Sunday I feel like you're not feeling very relaxed. You're really paying much more attention to the tangible world than you are the spiritual world. You know, some of us do that more automatically than others. And so you're feeling a little bit out of touch with your own spirituality, your own sense of self, who your higher self is. So definitely very in touch. I feel like you're very in touch with reality, almost too much. I know for some of you that's a completely foreign concept, but it's like you're almost too much in touch with reality. In other words, I'm feeling like some of you are so in touch with reality that you're just letting that consume you. And it seems like there's some worries there that you're kind of dealing with, and as you worry, you're kind of making things bigger than what they need to be. So Sunday, if you feel yourself kind of going into that place where you're just paying so much attention to the here and now and not any attention to spiritual things, then that would be a good time to turn that energy around and start really focusing on, you know, what's the big perspective? If I was in God's place and I was looking down at this situation, what would I think about this situation? You know, let's put it into some real perspective. Let's not make things bigger than they are and get ourselves all stressed out and then take little trips to the emergency room to see if we're having heart attacks. We don't need that. Nobody needs that. Look at it from the bigger perspective and don't let the things that are just here and now and just temporary get to you. Okay? So that is Sunday, Aries. That's your week, actually. So for those of you who would like to schedule a session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. I offer several different types of readings there, so check that out. If you feel like I'm the best reader for you, then go ahead and contact me. We will schedule a time for you as quickly as possible, usually. Right now, I don't have too much of a wait list this time of year, so I can usually get to you like within a day or two. And so, yeah, if you want a reading, do that. For everybody, I will see you back here next week. Everyone have a fantastic week. Peace out.